we'll accept them.
This is Monday, the 18th of 2025. This is a regular meeting of the City Council, the City of Waverly in the great state of Iowa. It is 7 o'clock, and we are called to order. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council members, Mrs. Johnson is sitting in for our city clerk, and she has prepared for you an agenda. I would welcome a motion to approve.
I'll move approval of the agenda as presented.
Thank you.
Second.
Any discussion? I hear none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Again, Mrs. Johnson has prepared for you a set of minutes from our last meeting, which would be August 4th, 2025. I would welcome a motion to approve the minutes.
I move to approve the August 4th, 2025 minutes.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? I hear none. This is a voice vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That passed unanimously. I would like to welcome guest council person for the month of August, who will be Luana Harmon. Councilperson Berrigan, do you want to introduce your guest?
Yes, Luana has been my neighbor across the alley for almost 3 years. And we were just talking a little while ago, and she said she would be interested in learning more about city council. So that was all it took.
And here you are. I'm sure you'll enjoy yourself very much. That takes us to item F. We are now in a public hearing. This is the date, time, and place for a public hearing to review the 5th Avenue Northwest and Carstensen Drive Water Main Loop Project plans, the specifications, the form of contract, and estimated total cost. The mayor and city council will entertain any comments. After all comments, the hearing will be declared closed and the following action will be considered. Mrs. Johnson, have you received any written or oral comments?
No, Your Honor, I have not.
Thank you. Is there anyone who would rise to speak at this public hearing? I see no one. This public hearing is now closed. I would welcome a motion from a council member.
I'll move to approve Resolution 25-108, a resolution reviewing and approving the plan, specifications, form of contract, and estimated total cost for the 5th Avenue Northwest and Carstensen Drive Water Main Loop Project.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? None? All right. This is a roll call vote. Mrs. Johnson?
Bergen.
Yes.
Drinkow.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Kangas.
Yes.
Rathi.
Yes.
Wolf.
Yes.
That passed unanimously, which brings us to item 1A. This is Resolution 25-109, a resolution awarding the contract for the 5th Avenue Northwest and Carstensen Drive Water Main Loop Project. Is there a motion out there?
I move to approve Resolution 25-109, a resolution awarding the 5th Avenue Northwest and Carstensen Drive Water Main Loop Project to Denver Underground and Grading Incorporation for the amount of $59,400.
Second.
Any discussion? I hear none. Okay, Mrs. Johnson, roll call vote, please.
Drinkow.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Kangas.
Yes.
Rathi.
Yes.
Wolf.
Yes.
Bergen.
Yes.
That passed unanimously, bringing us to 1B. This is Resolution 25-110. This is a resolution approving the contract, bonds, and certificate of insurance for the 5th Avenue Northwest and Carstensen Drive Water Main Loop Project and authorizing the mayor to sign the contract. Is there a motion out there?
I move to approve 25-110, a resolution approving contract, bonds, and certificate of insurance from Denver Underground and Grading Incorporated of Denver, Iowa for 5th Avenue Northwest and Carstensen Drive Water Main Loop Project for the bid amount of $59,400 and authorizing the mayor to sign the contract.
Second.
Thank you. We'll give that to Mr. Kangas. And any discussion?
So I don't remember there having to be 3 votes on stuff like this, that we would just award the contract and then that was kind of combined with the same signing the contract. When did we have we always had to do 2 separate things, or did they just happen different weeks, or?
We've been bringing the contract, bonds, and certificate of insurance all at once now. We used to do it in a separate meeting, and for timeline aspect, this makes it a lot smoother for us. It's a lot more work ahead of time, I'll be honest, but it's better in the long run for us to keep things moving.
I was just curious. I noticed a difference.
Thank you. Any other discussion? I hear none, so let's have a roll call vote.
Jones?
Yes.
Kangas?
Yes.
Ruthie?
Yes.
Wolf?
Yes.
Bergen?
Yes.
Drinkow?
Yes.
Thank you, that passed unanimously. Now is the time for public comments on items not on the agenda. If you would wish to rise to speak to anything that is not currently on the agenda, please come to the microphone now. I see no one, so we'll move on to the consent calendar. We're at item I, if you're keeping track at home. The consent calendar is in front of you. Can I have a motion?
I'll move approval of the consent calendar as presented.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion or questions of any kind? I hear none. This is voice vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That passed unanimously. We are moving on to regular business. Number 1, the Waverly Chamber of Commerce Annual Report to the City Council, the highlight of the evening. This is Chelsea Peterson. Please come forward and identify yourself, Chelsea.
Thank you. I'm Chelsea Peterson, Executive Director, Waverly Chamber, Main Street. Quarterly, not annual update. So we've had a busy and exciting summer. In May, we hosted the 20th Annual Art Walk, and that was the highest attended, and also the vendors said record sales. So super exciting for that. Also trying to, of course, the bridge is out, trying to support businesses and inviting different support systems in. We had Shop Iowa come and present. They offer free online e-commerce sites. So it's a host of made in Iowa, for sale in Iowa. Anyone can do it and upload it to Shop Iowa. And it's a website that's promoted nationwide. So just trying to look at ways to support. Online sales is difficult, and that adds an extra piece and stuff, but trying to help our brick and mortar buildings here in Waverly during this time was the idea of their support. I sent you in the packet, included in the packet was the transformation strategy. So that was a technical service offered through Main Street, Iowa that we applied to be a part of, and were gladly selected. I appreciate the fact that we were selected. And so we've been working through that since May. Started with the community survey that was pushed out, had a little over 2,000 responses. We are going to do that this fall once Wartburg resumes classes. We're going to do one just for the Wartburg cohort because that theme came up, as you saw in one of our, like a college town, and what does that mean and stuff. And so it's been a lifelong of how do we connect Waverly and Wartburg, and so that is an area that we are looking to. I'm happy to say we've introduced our stores with the Wartburg store, and so I'm excited for this fall that there's probably going to be some collaborations of some of our Main Street, downtown Waverly stores carrying Wartburg merchandise and vice versa. So starting those conversations of how each can support. In addition to those transformation strategies, working with our committees and just really kind of giving us a guide of what we do, why we do it, and how we're going forward. So the community input session happened, and then this task force, we've just been visiting and meeting, and who's going to be responsible, because it can look great in paper and everything, but unless we have people assigned to it and action, it doesn't go. So we're finalizing that. Once we have everyone assigned, if you will, we'll do a one-page community release of this is where the Chamber Main Street's headed, this is what our goals and focus are, and kind of then continue to work on that. There was like a 6-month immediate, 1 to 2 year, and then a 2 to 3 year. That will coincide September 9th. You all received an invitation. You're welcome to join at 10 o'clock for Main Street America's visit to Waverly. She will be here all day and have an opportunity to hear from different stakeholders, council, city staff, some of our nonprofit partners, in addition to our board and then the Chamber Main Street staff. And so looking forward to that, just helping. That is an initiative that they the country on how we can continue to support and have a vibrant downtown. So I did bring the invitation for that roundtable if you need that And I guess the most exciting, well, one of the most exciting, Z's Pizza was the runner-up $20,000 winner at our downtown Muscatine conference. And so, you know, I know there's sometimes questions, why do we do what we do? Why do we support Main Street? And that is a great example. So I appreciate your support financially and also just supporting our organization, because it's things like that that make, you know, winning that for them possible, and that helps a local business, a local family, also our community, and just the excitement around that. And so also thank you for the resolution approving for the challenge grant that we will be applying for. The deadline for that is next week for that upper story housing. And that really came from our community survey and the input of people wanting to live downtown.
Right.
So that's where I am. Hopefully I tied that. So I thank you for your support.
I
Any
really
questions?
appreciate on page 7, the 3 strategies. I think those are really great. I think embracing the college culture,
Yeah,
it's, you know, move-in weekend and homecoming weekends, it brings an awful lot of out-of-towners to town. It'd be great if they would leave some more money downtown. So I think that's really helpful. The other 2 strategies are also just great.
sure. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bringing vibrancy to downtown, especially with some housing, that's great stuff.
You know, and the Rivertown was something that came up as well.
Yeah.
But we can't really control, like, we can't design our work necessarily around the river. I mean, we can't build infrastructure on the river. We can't, and so we chose things that we could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have one comment here
Yeah.
that I'd like to make, and it's not really a negative comment, but on page 3, where you have your key findings, one of the bullet points are students are required to live on campus, leading to a housing market more typical of a non-college town. That's not accurate, because they're not required to live on campus, and there are a lot of students that live off campus in, off-campus housing.
Yeah. So, thank you. That was compiled by Main Street, Iowa.
Okay.
She did that, and it was more in they're not required, but many of them do choose to live on campus, and like the first
Right.
2 years. And so comparing us to Ames, for example,
Yeah.
or other,
yeah.
you know, Cedar Falls, like that's where that comment came of, like, we are a college town, but we're not that typical. Yeah.
I totally
but noted.
understand that, yeah,
Thank you.
and no problem. I just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure that, you understood that
That they do live off
they
campus.
do live off campus, and there's a
Absolutely.
significant student presence off campus. which
Correct,
I think is great, frankly.
We need it, absolutely, and we need to
yeah.
capitalize higher.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've been meeting with President Becky, and how can we do that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but they also have their own little hub at Wartburg too,
Right.
and that's what parents appreciate, and so it's just that balance.
It's
Yep.
accurate to say they need permission to live off campus. If they want to live off campus, they need to get permission to live off campus.
Okay, is that what the rule is?
Yes.
All right. I don't think it's terribly tough to get permission to live off campus.
Well, there's lots of ways to do it. I mean, like, if you're a senior, you can get permission to live off campus. If you grew up in Waverly, you can get permission to live off campus.
Okay.
So,
Isn't there also a lot of the scholarships depend on you living on campus too?
there are a number
Because I
of
looked into
scholarships where you have to live on
it.
campus
Yeah,
to get the
so that's-
scholarship.
That's a little different than a lot of colleges, but I do see the kids everywhere when I'm out in the morning running and stuff. They're all like kids.
I think
Yeah.
that, I say, and here again, I'm not an expert on Wartburg or on their housing, but I'm not sure that they have enough housing on campus to house all their students.
Oh, certainly not. I mean, their goal is to fill their housing,
Right,
and they have more students than they could house.
Right.
So it is common for students to live off campus
Mm-hmm.
in their senior year if they want to.
and it's a good partnership for Waverly to provide space, or have space for students to rent.
Well, and I think
So-
it's, to be honest, it's good training for college students to learn how to, cook for themselves and clean their own bathroom and things like that.
Pick up the mountain of beer cans after the party. And I will again point out that it would be much nicer if they invited their neighbors to their parties.
Any other questions?
Sorry, Chelsea.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Chelsea. That takes us to item 2, Resolution 25-111. This is a resolution approving a U.S. Geological Survey Central Midwest Water Science Center Standard Joint Funding Agreement with the City of Waverly, Iowa. This is river gauges. So, can I have a motion?
I move to approve Resolution 25-111, a resolution approving a U.S. Geological Survey Central Midwest Water Science Center Standard Joint Funding Agreement for October 1, 2025 to September 30, 2026, for the cost of $12,700.
Second.
We're on the table. Any discussion or questions?
So this is an existing gauge that we're just continuing to maintain. It's the one on Horton Road.
Yes.
Okay.
How long have we been doing this?
Long time. I don't have an answer when it was installed. You might seem a little new because we previously never brought it here. It's one of those that we're looking through all the things that automatically get approved every year and thought this would be a good one to bring, just for bringing it forefront, so.
And I appreciate the fact that we can access it online. I mean, I know the website where you can go and find the gauge readout, so good source of data.
Any other discussion? Okay, we're on the table. We need a roll call vote, please.
Kangas?
Yes.
Rothy?
Yes.
Wolf?
Yes.
Bergen?
Yes.
Drinkow?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
That passed unanimously, which brings us to number 3, Resolution 25-112, a resolution approving a budgeted purchase of statewide delivered rock salt through the IDOT agreement with Compass Minerals America Incorporated. So we're buying some salt. Can I have a motion?
I will move to approve Resolution 25-112, a resolution approving the purchase of statewide delivered rock salt through an IDOT agreement with Compass Minerals America Incorporated for the amount of $66,612.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
I assume that this would be a lower price than we could get buying it by ourselves.
Correct. We've done this, this is another one of those that we've done for years, and we always go with the DOT, and they bid it out. They take care of all the paperwork for you, and they just tell you who's bought it, or who you're buying from, basically.
Is this going in our new cold storage building?
Part of it might if we have an overrun, if we don't get a winter. Let's put it that way.
If we don't get a winter? Okay.
Yeah, because we're full right now.
Just out of idle curiosity, how much salt does $66,000 buy?
It's 700 tons is this year.
Okay.
How much did we lose, how much did we use last year?
Well, previous winters, we used to budget right around 1,000 ton, but with the nicer weather we've had in the winters, we haven't used as much. Their previous contracts also had a plus or minus of 10%. So if you run short, you go 10% over or 10% under. Last year's contract, I want to say, was 800. So I think, we've been reducing every year because we're running out of storage.
So do you decide how much to order, or does the DOT tell you? You do?
I decide early on in the year just by what we have for storage from the previous winter. And I believe it goes out in like March or April. It's just after the snow season kind of ends.
So do we still have some left over from last year?
The salt shed's completely full.
Yeah. So as you say, we authorized new storage out there, or some storage, but.
Yeah, but it's not gonna go bad, so.
No, it does not.
Okay, interesting discussion on sodium chloride. So you appear ready to vote. Let's have a roll call vote.
Rothy?
Yes.
Wolf?
Yes.
Bergen?
Yes.
Drinkow?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
Kangas?
Yes.
That passed unanimously, bringing us to Resolution 25-113, a resolution approving change order number 1, accepting the bituminous seal coat program 2025 as complete, approving pay application number 1, and approving pay application number 2 as the final payment to Blacktop Services Company of Humboldt, Iowa. Is there a motion out there?
I'll move approval of Resolution 25-113, a resolution approving change order number 1 in the amount of an $18,175.05 increase, accepting the bituminous seal coat program 2025 as complete, approving pay application number 1 in the amount of $189,842.28, and approving pay application number 2 in the amount of $5,871.41 as the final payment to Blacktop Service Company of Humboldt, Iowa.
Second.
Any discussion?
Why did it increase?
Every year when we go out to bid, we have a set budget amount. So we reduce the amount of miles or feet that we plan to cover. Well, when the bids come back a little bit better, a lot of times we'll add back some of these areas that need to be covered. There's also adjustment of quantities of rock and oil. We estimate what they need, but sometimes each company is a little bit different than what we actually use, and then that's where you got some adjustment of quantities.
Anything else?
And we've used these guys a couple times already, haven't we?
I think the last like 15 years, or
Okay.
something like that.
So,
Just-
so we're satisfied with the job they do.
They do a good job.
Okay.
Okay, you appear ready to vote. Mrs. Johnson?
Wolf,
Yes.
Bergen,
Yes.
Drinkow,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Kangas,
Yes.
Rothy.
Yes.
That passed unanimously, taking us to number 5, which is Resolution 25114. A resolution approving an agreement with Harold Reich's Surveying of Waverly, Iowa to create 8 legal descriptions for the vacated alley block of 28 in Kretzmeyer's addition and authorizing the mayor to sign the contract. Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve Resolution 25-114, a resolution approving an agreement with Harold Reich Surveying, HRS of Waverly, Iowa, to create 8 legal descriptions for the vacated alley, Block 28, in Kretzmeyer's addition for the amount of $3,200 plus attorney and legal fees, and authorizes the mayor to sign the contract.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
I just had a question about where this is. It's between 7th and 8th Street Northeast, but which avenue, like, which block is this? I couldn't tell.
Up on the hill.
Yeah. But is the road at the bottom of the picture Bremer Avenue, or is it?
It
First
looks
Avenue,
like
does
it's
anybody know?
between First and Second, but let me,
It might actually be between Bremer Avenue and,
yeah,
First
it's between
Avenue.
First and Second.
I talked to Paige about this, and we vacated the alley quite a time ago, but
Yeah.
never went back and assigned the land to the adjacent owners.
Right, it's back in the 50s.
Yeah, so,
It's one of those, what happened here? And we're getting a lot of those off and on as we go through code and clean up some of these things and find some of these unique little variances, and you just gotta fix it. I mean, it should have been these people's properties 75 years ago, so that's what we're officially doing, even though it's been their property for 75 years, so.
Now, are their taxes going to go up because they have this extra 5 feet of land?
I don't think so. It's not worth anything. I mean, it's just a
I mean, I would hope not. but-
scrub alleyway that always should have been there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm.
So I think they may be taxed on it already, it just didn't legally have the process to put it in their name,
Okay.
and that's the kicker, so that's why we're doing this.
yeah. So the deed is done, we're just doing the paperwork.
Yep. Won't be
Okay.
the last one, I'll tell you that, it won't be the last one.
Any more discussion or questions of any kind? Council, you look like you're ready to vote. Mrs. Johnson, can I have a roll call vote, please?
Bergen,
Yes.
Drinkow,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Kangas,
Yes.
Rothy.
yes.
Yes.
That passed unanimously, bringing us to number 6, which is Resolution 25115. Now, this is a resolution approving a plat of survey of parcel JJ and parcel KK located at 420 3rd Avenue Northwest and 410 5th Street Northwest in Waverly, Iowa, and I would welcome a motion.
I move to approve Resolution 25-115, a resolution approving a plat of survey for parcel JJ and parcel KK located at 420 3rd Avenue Northwest and 410 5th Street Northwest, Waverly, Iowa.
Second.
Discussion. Questions?
Looks like we're just nudging it over a little bit so that the garage is in one.
And all in one, yes, that's
one
exactly.
section.
That's correct.
And it is also true that this does not meet the setbacks, but we didn't meet them before,
Right.
and there's no way to meet the setbacks, so we're just gonna call it good.
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, whatever Cindy wants, we're going to vote yes.
I need to talk to Cindy later about some things we'd like to get done.
That's
how it works, He's just having a little discussion.
Okay, are you ready to vote? You're voting for Cindy's garage? Let's have a roll call vote on that.
Drinkow?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
Kangas?
Yes.
Rafi?
Yes.
Wolf?
Yes.
Bergen?
Yes.
That brings us to Resolution 25116, a resolution approving a plat of survey for parcel MM, combining 204 4th Street Southwest and 208 4th Street Southwest in Waverly in the great state of Iowa. Is there a motion to do so?
Move to approve Resolution 25-116, a resolution approving a plat of survey for parcel MM combining 204 4th Street Southwest and 208 4th Street Southwest, Waverly, Iowa.
Second.
Okay, we're up. Let's have some discussion.
My only question was, how did the DOT come to own that? Because this is the house across the street from the Dairy Queen, right, to the south of the Dairy Queen, next to the dry run.
Thanks.
I think it had to do with something with the 4th Street when it was redone.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they used it like as a storage place to, like,
Probably take so much right away and everything, and then the dry run.
That sounds
so
right, Brian.
Okay.
My recollection of when they
Okay.
did Fourth Street.
They've often
it was
used
a state.
bare areas for storage, things like that,
Yeah.
when they're doing highway projects, so,
Yeah.
yeah. But I can confirm it is not a FEMA lot,
no.
so they can build there. And it's my understanding they want to put a garage in.
Where will the driveway go? Does it need to, will have to come off of First Avenue? Because you're not gonna allow a driveway on Fourth Street.
DOT would not probably allow that, so we'll have to find a way to configure that to come off
They'll have
first,
to
I'm thinking.
come through their
I think what
property.
their intent was is to add onto a garage or something with the house and combine that to be able to connect that where, because there won't be a driveway off Fourth.
Right. So that addition's gonna most likely go to the west, add on to that garage, make it wider, and then it'll exit the same way.
Any more discussion? Mrs. Johnson, let's have a roll call vote.
Jones?
Yes.
Kangas?
Yes.
Rafi?
Yes.
Wolf?
Yes.
Bergen?
Yes.
Drinkow?
Yes.
And that was a unanimous vote, and that brings us to reports from boards and commissions. You have 4 reports in front of you. I know you've already read them. Any questions or discussion? Okay, James, do your staff have anything?
Just briefly, Ms. McGlone does.
Labor Day weekend coming up, we have, the garbage and recycling routes will be Tuesday, September 2nd. We're also keeping an eye on the river levels. They got a lot of rain up north and some of it's the Cedars watershed. But right now, everything, the forecasts are below any flooding levels.
That's good to hear.
That's all we have tonight, sir.
Thank you. That brings us to city council comments. We'll start with Councilperson Bergen.
Well, I am pleased to see that we did the traffic signal and stop sign realignment, that some of those traffic signals that I've thought for a while were unnecessary have been hooded. I mean, they're not actually removed, but they're being taken out of commission. I know that I've heard some very favorable comments about some of them, and I've heard some very angry people about their drive being changed, how they now have to pay attention to the signs not being the same as they always were. I just want to say, you know, when you're driving, pay attention, be careful, as always. And anyone who wants to discuss city council business, I will be at the Wooden Foot after the meeting.
All right. Councilperson Jones.
I've heard only positive feedback on the changes on the signage. I do have one note. Could we, as a request, could we have the minutes included in a more timely manner? These are 3 months old, some of these.
Oh, the committees?
The committee minutes
Yeah.
included, I mean, within 30 days or something.
Well, I think they need to be approved by those commissions before they can be posted to us.
They try to, so that they're officially certified before they come
Okay.
to us, and some only meet every other month.
Okay.
It is still, some go quite a ways out. We'll try to speed those up.
It'd just be nice.
I agree.
Yep.
Streamline it.
Mayor Pro Tem Kangas.
Just kind of, we've got school starting next week, and a reminder, or kind of an awareness reminder for attention with kids being excited to get to school. A lot of new drivers driving to school in the morning for the high school age kids. And reminder, it is illegal to pass a stopped school bus with the arm out and the lights flashing. Please don't do that.
So watch the road signs, watch for children. Mr. Draco, can you top that?
I don't have anything that people should watch for, so
Okay, all right,
watch
Council-
Parties in the neighborhood?
watch out for parties in the neighborhood. There we go.
all right. Councilperson Rodney.
Nothing from me.
Councilperson Wolf.
I'd just like to make a comment on how I've been able to, I work for Waverly Caring Assistance Network. And so I've been able to see the great philanthropy that's going on in Waverly. And the outpouring of people being concerned about what happened at Friends of the Family Shelter over the weekend. I continue to see that, and it's really heartwarming to see how many people truly care about Waverly and are investing in their churches, investing in nonprofits to keep those essential services going. So I just want to say thank you to the community for continuing to make that happen.
Very good. The guest council person. What have you got for us?
I guess the only thing that I've noticed since moving to Waverly, living in the country, is when you're walking, people are really bad about, like, when they're turning left, they like turn into you and you have a walk, and then on the button, hit the button, and I get so mad when I see kids sitting there and people just flying through there, or I'm standing there. So that's my beef with Waverly. But yeah, I don't know if there's like a way to make that, but I don't know. In Colorado, you push the button, it lights up, and you take a flag. You wave the flag as you're going across, but I don't know. So, yeah.
I saw on social media one country where they have a basket of bricks on each side of the street. Pedestrians are encouraged to take a brick, then cross the street, then put it in the other bucket. And that
Okay.
tends to make the car stop.
There you go.
I see we have lots of visitors in the back row, young people. I wanted to just explain, the meeting seems to go smoothly. It's because the council people do a lot of homework before the meeting. They come knowing a lot. We get a big packet of materials and study it carefully, so that's why things go kind of quickly.
We are from Blackhawk Chapter, ordered DMLA, and we are here as an obligatory day for the DMLA Chapter Phone Donut Day. And Frank here is the chairman of our...
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm gonna need you to come to the microphone so they can hear you online. Thanks, Tim. That's. And could you say the name of the organization again? I didn't quite catch it.
We are here with Blackhawk Chapter, ordered DMLA, and we meet at the Masonic Temple in Cedar Falls. And I'm an advisor for them. And the gentleman to my left was Frank Swallow. He's from Waterloo, and he's the chairman. And the gentleman to my right is Nathan Renner. He lives here in Waverly. Gavin is next to him. And then Brogan Hoffman. Some of you might know his dad, Adam. Mm-hmm. And so we are glad to be here and glad for this opportunity.
Thank you very much for being here. I'm sorry to hear it's obligatory. I thought you just really wanted to come. Okay, mayor's comments. On Friday evening, a devastating fire broke out at the Friends of the Family Shelter. This facility provided safe housing for women and children experiencing homelessness, often as a result of domestic violence. While Friends of the Family remain steadfast in their mission, the loss of their building has created serious challenges in continuing their essential work. Most importantly, we are deeply grateful that no lives were lost. Still, it's heartbreaking that families who had already endured homelessness and trauma are now once again displaced. This tragedy also presents an opportunity for Friends of the Family to envision a facility that can best serve their clients now and in the future, and for us as a community to come together for support. The people of Waverly and the Cedar Valley have always shown incredible generosity in times of need. Today, that generosity is needed once again. You can help by making a financial gift through the Friends of the Family website or by donating gift cards for clients to use directly. Because the shelter building is no longer usable, there is no storage available. Now is not the time to donate clothing or furniture. Together, let us show kindness and solidarity for those who need it most. Waverly, be kind. I would welcome a motion. And opposed? This meeting is adjourned.